Hi, my name is Elizabeth, and this is the first video of my gardening series. I'll be documenting my gardening journey through the spring, summer, fall, possibly winter growing seasons of this year. I have some experience with indoor houseplants, so I've kept those for several years, but I've decided to expand my skills outdoors. I decided to start with my seed collection. I'll be showing the seeds that I intend to grow this year, as well as some of the seeds that I've already started. I'll also be starting some seeds at the end of this video. So most of the seeds in my collection are from a seed exchange program at my public library. It's called the Clio Seed Share. So through this program, local gardeners can harvest their own seeds and donate them to the library, but where other local gardeners can pick them up and start their own seeds and repeat that cycle. Other seeds I purchased at a local big box store, or I got out of my husband's seed collection. So I'll go ahead and start with my herbs. The first one is one that I got from a big box store. It's burpee. It's German chamomile. I also have a green culinary sage. This one is from the library. So most of my seeds are in these packs that are from the library. So green culinary sage. We have cilantro. We have Genovese basil. We have rosemary and penstemon, as well as a dark opal basil. For vegetables, I've got 2 packs of British Wonder pea. I have a Blue Lake whole stringless bean, Scarlet Nantes carrots. I've got 2 packs of those. Calabrese broccoli. I have a Grand Rapids lettuce, America spinach, and arugula for my greens. And peppers, I have a hot jalapeno, a yellow bell pepper, and an orange bell pepper. Okay, I also have a bumblebee sunrise cherry tomato, a schoolyard favorite gourd mix, so I'm assuming most of these are going to be ornamentals. And I also have a dark green watermelon. Okay, now for my flowers, I have pansies, which I got out of my husband's seed collection. They are, oh, Fairy Morse. I don't know how old they are. So I have a French marigold, bee seed mix, prairie purple coneflower, a hibiscus, seashells cosmos, and grandiflora sweet pea. I also started some flowers, which I did not save the packs from. I did also start English lavender, which was burpee, and I started a sandwich slicer tomato, which is also burpee. So I'll be showing those here in a minute. But I'm gonna go ahead and move into the kitchen. I'll show you some of the seeds that I already started, and I'll go ahead and start sowing some seeds, and I'll let you know which ones I intend to direct sow as well. So I'll see you in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the seeds that I started. You'll notice that the trend here is makeshift. So some of the, my seed starting trays are like makeshift. I just used kind of what I already had for my plants, for my indoor plants. So yeah, so I'll just go ahead and show this to you real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and start with this tray. So this is literally a watering tray, and I've used like these plastic Dixie cups almost, and some soil that I already had. So this is clematis. This is a clematis that I started. All 4 of these are clematis. As you can see, they have not started at all. This one, marigold, again, not started. This is a marigold, so there's 1 success that we've got with a marigold. Pansy. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pansies started. And then hollyhock, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 hollyhock. And then I've got 2 from my bee mix. So these ones, I might separate depending on the variety that comes out of these. So because it's a mix, I'm under the impression that there's multiple different plants in there. Yeah, so this was like a greens container or something like that, where I've started my herbs. So we don't have anything yet. I literally put these in yesterday. I've started sage, cilantro, basil, and rosemary. So my plan with these is I'll take each of the starts and put them in one larger pot because I'm eventually just going to have them in a container. So I'm going to put them all in one larger pot and just grow them that way. I have like a bunch of 6-inch pots. And then finally, for the seeds that I have started, these are my sandwich slicer tomatoes. And then this is our English lavender. So there's not much started with those. So as you can see, yeah, this is the only like legit seed starting thing that I have is the seed tray. So I am in zone 6A, which means that my last frost is around April 18th. However, we have had frosts up until like Mother's Day. So I'm getting all of my seeds started kind of with the idea that they may be growing indoors longer term, depending on the weather. So I am going to go ahead and get started with some broccoli. I'll start watermelon and gourd mix probably in the larger pots, but in these smaller ones, I am going to at least start with my broccoli. So I've got a soil mix that's just my own that I had on hand. All right, so I've got my pots filled up. I'm gonna go ahead and get my broccoli in there. All right, so they're pretty small. I'm gonna try to do about 2 or 3 seeds into each one. Oh, that's all of them. All right. So I've got 9 broccolis started. Go ahead and mist the ones that I do have started, just to kind of get the soil set. But I'll go ahead and give them a better watering after I have everything in the like tub. Okay, so I'm doing my bell peppers now. I have 3 holes in each of my 4-inch pots. I'm gonna put 2 seeds in each of those 3 holes. So here is this is my orange bell. Alright, so I went ahead and sprayed the top of my soil, and I'm also going to make a label for this one. Alright, so we've got my vegetable on there, and I also have the date that I sowed it. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in my watering tote, my water bin. Okay, and now I'm going to do my yellow bell. Now I'm going to do the same thing with my jalapeno. Hot jalapeno. Alright, now we'll do our gourds. And the same idea with my gourds. Ultimately, I'm only going to grow like 1 plant. So at least with my watermelon is what I'm thinking. I'll just grow 1 of those. I'm going to go ahead and I'll do 3 different spots for the watermelon, but plant 1 seed in each of those. Okay. Into the bin, and now I'm going to do the same thing with my schoolyard favorite gourd mixture. Okay, in this one I've got 5 seeds. I will plant all of them. And now, alright, So now I'm gonna start beans and peas. Now these ones, I am gonna grow multiple individual plants. So I think with these, probably I'll start 4 of each in the 2-inch pots instead of the larger ones. Okay, so we've got our Blue Lake stringless. I will do 2 beans in each. These ones, because they're larger, I'm gonna try to plant them a little bit deeper, because from what I understand, the larger the bean, the deeper it needs to be planted, or excuse me, the larger the seed, the deeper it needs to be planted, and the less seeds that you need in your starting container. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. Put VLP, which stands for Blue Lake Pole. Now we will do our pea British Wonder. I'm just gonna put BW. Okay, and the peas, I'm just gonna do 1 of each in each pot. 1, 2. These ones, again, I'm planting a little bit deeper than I did the broccoli per se. Okay, so I have Cosmos Mix, Sweet Pea, Purple Coneflower, and Hibiscus that I'm going to be growing for my flowers, or starting for my flowers, excuse me. The Cosmos and Sweet Pea will be flower bed flowers, probably. And then the other ones will be, the Hibiscus I'll grow in a container, and Purple Coneflower will be in my cut garden. So, alright, so I'm going to start with my Cosmos. Alright, here's our Sweet Pea. I'm going to do 2 seeds of each, or 2 seeds in each hole. So I've got a couple left over. I'm going to do our Purple Coneflower. Alright, now these ones I am going to do about 2 or 3 in each. 3. Go in the watering tray. Okay. Now finally Hibiscus. So I'm going to do that same thing. We'll do 2 or 3 in each little hole that I've created. Except those roll out pretty fast, so it was more like 4 or 5. That's fine. Alright, close her up. Okay, and now I'm going to label that guy. Everything's going to go into the watering tub and everything's going to get sprayed. So now all that's left for me to start is my cherry tomatoes. So I'm going to do, it looks like I'll be able to do 2 rows of these cherry tomatoes. First, I didn't think there were any seeds in there. Whoops. So in this tray, I have 2 varieties of tomatoes started, and I have English lavender. So I have this cherry bumblebee sunrise tomato, and I have a sandwich slicer tomato. So these all just live in my windowsill. Fortunately, we've got great lighting in our kitchen, and we have a huge window ledge. So all of my houseplants pretty much live there. But that's gonna have to change here soon so that I can make room for all of the seeds that I have started. So those are the seeds that I have started for this season, the ones that are already growing, and then you saw me start a few, and then I'll meet you back in the living room and I'll talk about the seeds that I will be starting directly or even just later in the season. So I'll see you there. So like I said, I'm in zone 6A. So our last frost is April 18th. So these next seeds that I'm going to show you are the ones that I'll be starting a couple weeks before the last frost. So around April 4th, which is a couple weeks from now. The first is the carrots, the Scarlet Nantes carrots. So I've got quite a few of these that I will be starting at the couple weeks, like I said, a couple weeks before the last frost. My greens as well, my arugula, spinach, and lettuce, my Grand Rapids lettuce. I will be direct sowing all of these directly into the garden, obviously. So that brings us to the end of the information I'll be sharing about the seeds. You saw my seed collection, the seeds I've already started, and you watched me start some seeds today as well. So in the next video, I will be showing you around our little homestead in our backyard, and I'm gonna start making some improvements in the garden and just getting it set up for springtime. So thank you so much for getting to the end of this video. Again, I'm in the Midwest. I'm in a somewhat urban area, but I do have a small little homestead here. So please follow along through my summer of gardening, my first year of gardening, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you.